French President François Hollande says Boko Haram has proven links to Al-Qaeda and is now a threat to West and Central Africa. He was speaking at an international summit discussing the fight against the Nigerian armed group, which kidnapped hundreds of schoolgirls last month. African leaders, including the Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, are at the meeting in Paris. And a press conference is happening there right now. There you can see the French President François Hollande speaking just a few minutes ago. The President of Chad promised total war against Boko Haram. We also heard from Nigeria's President.
Boko Haram is no longer the local terror group with some religious sentiment that started in Nigeria in 2002 to 2009. From 2009 to date, it has changed and is operating clearly as an Al-Qaeda organization, can better be described as Al-Qaeda in West and Central Africa.
Tim Friend sends us this update from Paris.
Of course, the crisis that has brought this summit about is the abduction of the schoolgirls in Nigeria. Their fate, of course, is still unknown, and the leaders here will have been discussing ways in which that may be resolved. But it's difficult to see a way out of this impasse because the government in Nigeria is refusing to negotiate. It says it won't do that, and one wonders if any sort of military action would be potentially disastrous. Experts suggest that the girls may be scattered in different groups and it would be very difficult to rescue them without further casualties. On the bigger picture, and this is where this most recent attack over the border into Cameroon illustrates it so well, they want to tighten border controls. They want countries to be allowed to cooperate more fully. They haven't in the past, so they can go in hot pursuit of Boko Haram and capture them if necessary. And I think there's also a feeling here that the Nigerian army has not been up to the task. William Hague, the British Foreign Minister, has promised military advisors. And as we already know, the US, Canada and Israel now have counter-terrorism experts on the ground specifically trying to help to resolve the abduction of those schoolgirls.
Well, in Nigeria, Boko Haram has launched a series of attacks this year. Back in February, 59 students were killed when fighters attacked a boarding school in Yobe State, setting several buildings there on fire. Then in April, 2 bombs went off in a crowded bus station in the capital, Abuja, killing 88 people, injuring more than 200 others. Boko Haram said it carried out those bombings. And earlier this month, a car bomb struck in a suburb of the capital. It killed 19 people, injured another more than 60. 5 days later, fighters believed to be from Boko Haram killed at least 300 people in a village in Gamboru in Borno State. Let's cross to our correspondent, Mohammed Ado. He's in the Nigerian capital, Abuja. Mo, at that summit that's being held in Paris, we're hearing African leaders there, the French president calling Boko Haram a regional threat. I mean, it's clearly a massive threat in Nigeria, but now they're calling for regional cooperation to address this issue. Do we see much cooperation at this stage?
No, Laura, there hasn't been much cooperation at the moment, and this is maybe one of the reasons why Boko Haram has managed to flourish across the Nigerian border. Huge swathes of porous border across northern Nigeria, which is almost exclusively inhabited by Muslims, have allowed the Boko Haram militants to easily cross to other countries like Cameroon, Niger, Chad, and not only be able to flee the Nigerian forces whenever they were in pursuit, but also pick up supplies, including arms. So the commitment that has been given by Cameroon, Chad and Niger and also Benin will go a long way, I must say, in the fight against Boko Haram.
Mohammed, why do you think Nigeria went to France asking the French president to hold this summit?
Well, Nigeria has been unable to control the Boko Haram menace within its borders. They have been on the receiving end for a long time. The Boko Haram also are getting more and more sophisticated, not only in the tactics they use, but also in arms, to the extent today the Nigerian armed forces, people in the Nigerian armed forces and the police will tell you that they are outgunned. They are also outnumbered in many ways, and in many places of the country. There are some places in this country that are almost no-go zones. They've been declared Boko Haram zones. And with all these inabilities, and also just looking at how the Nigerian government has handled the whole issue of the kidnapping of the girls, where more than a month later the girls cannot be found, and President Goodluck Jonathan there said at the press conference that he had sent 20,000 troops to look for the girls. You know, it just shows you how incapable the Nigerian forces have been in trying to control the Boko Haram, and now they need help. But many people here in Nigeria who we've been speaking to tell us the dirty work needs to be done by the Nigerian forces. Yes, others could come in with help, including technical help, as well as help with surveillance and information. But they say it's the Nigerian forces that need to be doing the actual job of removing Boko Haram from northern Nigeria. And they say they must do that rather soon.
Modo, live for us there in Abuja. Thanks very much, Mohammed. There will leave the story for the moment. That press conference going on there in Paris, a summit being held trying to address this issue of Boko Haram. We've got regional African leaders there being hosted by the French President Francois Hollande, saying that Boko Haram is attached to Al-Qaeda and this is now a regional problem that needs regional solutions.